Hey there, welcome back guys. This video special thanks to Barbara from Ravemen for sending us the EP01 Electric Bicycle Pump. You've been there on the road, ran out of CO2 cartridges, maybe you have your little pump and you're pumping forever until you can get to a gas station to actually get the right PSIs you need so that you can keep moving forward on your bicycle. Without any further ado, let's get started. Let's put this thing to the test here and in the real world. So come. Ideally, you could use your regular pump like this here and just pump away. It does take a little bit of pumping, and this is usually before you go. So you're not going to have this pump with you on your long rides. And then, of course, you've got your little pump here, which will do the trick, right, until you get to where you need to go to get actual air in your tire. It comes apart, you pull it out, and then you screw this thing on, let some air out, screws on, and as you can see, the experience is not as streamlined as you want it to be. However long it's going to take to get whatever PSIs you need so that the bike will actually float. Good luck with that. And then we have the Ravemen, which fits right in the back of your bicycle pocket and works out just right for you. Just need to make sure it's charged before you go out. Turn it on, set your PSIs. We're gonna leave it at 60. As you can see, we've got no air here, but we're home. And we're gonna try this out in the real world. Voila, kinda neat, huh? And we are at, I'm not sure if you can see that, 60. Less than 2 minutes, and voila, our tire is good to go so that we can go. But we're here at home. Let's take this for a spin. And you also have CO2 cartridges, but you got to remember with the CO2 cartridges, after 48 or X amount of hours, your tire is going to be deflated again. So you're going to have to put real air in your tire. It does take a little bit of pumping, and this is usually before you go. So this is it right here. Really nice. This is a spare tube, but nothing beats inflating the real thing. So nice packaging. Ravemen has some amazing packaging. I never even knew of the Ravemen products until recently, and they are known for the high quality and also their battery life, which is just phenomenal. I'm a long distance bicycle rider, so battery life is key to me over brand. But if you can get top brand and battery life, this is right here. You know, it's been proven in every video. If I can just open this. Wow, they really packaged this in there. That's not coming out. Well, without the help of, maybe we'll have to, yay, there we go. Out. Wow. Oh, nice. Oh my God. All right, now that we finally got everything out of the box, let's check it out. Here's the Ravemen pump, and it comes with this right here, this little tube in case it's a hard to reach area on the bicycle. It comes with this little adapter for your shredder valve. You can, looks like you can either put it on there, put it on here. We'll test out the different options in a second. Charger, charging USB-C, and then we have for your basketball or soccer ball. This is really nice and convenient because your one pump will do it all, and USB-C charging. So let's see what we have here. How many bars does it come with? Comes with 2 bars, or maybe 1 bar left. Nice. And then we can power it on. Let's see. Hold it down to power it on. And we are at 57 PSIs. If you want to change it according to the manual, you hold these 2 buttons like that. And now we're on bar. I use PSIs, so we're gonna put that there. See, PSIs. You can't use it while charging, so you have to wait for it to charge to actually, get that fill that you need. We'll leave that like that. This is a spare tube I have. It's a Presta tube. This is what I ride on my bicycle, 700 by 35s. On the cyclocross, it's a little bit bigger, so you have to figure out, don't go running out and getting this tire. Look, oh, I want that tire. If you don't have a 700 by 35 or whatever it is your bikes take, I'm probably going to put this on the Cannondale instead of the Specialized. So this is it right here. And we'll test out another one that's hard to open. At least this is one-time use. Take it out. It smells like a new tube. A tubular experience. So this is it here. So again, like I was saying, these are your options for pumping it. We can, whoops, don't lose that. You need that. We can attach it this way. Just push it on. And then, of course, remember, you can't use it while it's charging. So you won't even turn on. So we have to take out the power. And then now it's going to get a little loud, but here we go. Hold it to power it on. Make sure it's on bar or PSI. Make sure you have the correct pressure you want, because I will leave it on until it's actually filled. And then we can do like this. We can pump it. 3, 2, 1. Pretty fast. You'll be on the road in no time. Well, of course, you're going to need your tire on there other than the tube. So that's going to create the pressure that you need. But as you can see, that's one way of doing it. You can do it like this too. Screw that on, right? I would still take all your attachments with you because you never know. And then we can put it like this. And then pump it up. Okay. Whoop. I'm going to shut it off, otherwise it's just going to blow up in here. So that's another way by doing it, in case you didn't see. See, it holds the seal and pump it. Nice. And the last option you have, like, wait, what's happening? You got to make sure when you do pump up your tire, you don't lean on that, but that's how you seal the deal. Keep the air in there. But in this particular case, I won the award for best pumper. The other option is like this. Whoops, don't lose your parts. You probably want to keep them in a Ziploc bag. And then for the shredder, see? So if you have a tube like that, you can screw this on, okay? I would keep these as spare parts in case you lose them. And then that goes on like that. And then this, well, if you have the shredder, you would screw that on. And look, it turns, so it rotates. You don't have to spin the pump around. No, because this spins freely. And then you would put this on like this. If you want to, if you can't reach in there. And then you would just find your hole. Find the part of the tube, actually, that this would connect to. And this is really convenient because you don't have to squeeze in there. And then now, a little bit hot, but as you saw, remember I closed it, so we're not getting anywhere. Again. Now we'll turn it on. There we go. Honestly, that way is a little bit slower. You do what works for you, but for me, you know what it's like when you're riding and you want to get back on the road again. I would probably do it like this. Take that off. Leave this on the bicycle. If you have all the time in the world, you can do it the other way. And then, because you know what it's like when you're riding with your friends, they're like, come on, let's go. And then all of a sudden, everyone knows how to change a flat because they want to get back on the road. All right, so then we'll go here and then. Now remember, the pressure isn't going to build up because we need the tire in there, okay? But it does fill up faster, and it does get hot too, so don't touch it. I'm touching it, but I feel the heat. And again, this way is a little bit faster. Whoa, really getting hot. But again, you decide which one you want to use. Most likely, you'll probably do it this way. Okay. And remember the other attachments. Once again, we have here. We have that. And then for your basketball or soccer ball, the charger and the cap. Don't lose your cap in case you get a slow leak. But let's let the air out of our tire in the real world as we're far, far, far away from home. So come. All right, so we're outside. Unfortunately, we can't ride today because it's raining, but we can test it out on the balls. Weather has never held us back with cycling. I don't mind getting caught in the rain as I'm riding, but I don't inspire to ride when it's like this. All right, so without any further ado, let's get started. Ideally, you want to keep these parts in a safe place where you can find them. And we're gonna, where's our unit? Oh no, I have it right here. Ah, there we go. So right now it's set for the bicycle. And again, you probably want to keep these parts in a Ziploc bag so you can find them later when you actually need them. So we're going to screw this in like that onto there. And ideally, I think 9 is for basketball. Let it go to, okay, it's flashing because the shutter speed. All right, let's try it right here. Let's try 9, okay. Voila. Kind of neat, huh? Let's test it out. Pull it out and, oh wow. Sweet. All right, and now for our famous soccer ball. All right, if I can just find the hole. It's been a while since they played. Ah, there we go. Put that in like that. Leave it set to 9 too, and inflate. There we go, 9. Wow, this is nice. I think 9 is probably ideal for the soccer, but the basketball, oh wow, will definitely need more. And here we go. Whoops. And there it is, right over there. Kind of neat, huh? Unfortunately, the weather isn't so great today, but hopefully within the next few days, we'll get some optimal weather for riding and see if this thing can actually take us home. So catch you guys on the flip side. Great, we're back outside. Amazing day. A little cold, but that's okay because better than the rain. And we've got our Ravemen EP01 Electric Pump, and we've got a regular pump right here, which is kind of neat because you really couldn't tell the difference. Even though this one weighs about 77 grams, this one weighs about 128, 127, depending on your scale. You really can't tell the difference. And you can fit in your pocket, you can fit in your back pouch of your bicycle. Easily accessible, you don't feel it. And it can also fit on your bike if you have a little baggie or in your back pouch. So knowing that, moving forward, let's take this for a spin. Let's go far away from home and see which one will take us home. Will this take us home? Will this take us home? Oh, we got some spare CO2 cartridges in there, but you know how that works. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work, and sometimes you're left without any after using that one that was supposed to do what it was supposed to do, that this will do in the end. So come. All right, so we're at a gas station. We're also close to a pump. Plan B, always have a plan B. And we got our Ravemen EP01 right here. We're gonna test it out. We're gonna let the air out of the tire and see if this will take us back home. We're gonna let the air out of the front first. So we wanna remove this. This prevents slow leaks. And we'll put the tire in a position so that you can see it, so that that's centered. Okay, and just let the air out. Let's unscrew. There we go. All right, there we go. So we're gonna set this. First, we're gonna turn it on. We got 3 bars, which means it's full. We'll set it to 60, which is ideal for my tire. Check your tire around the outside. You should see a number that says PSI or bar. For me, it's 60 PSI. Put that on like that, and we should be golden. The tire should inflate. There we go, we're at 31. Voila. Kind of neat, huh? Wow, took about a minute to fill it up. Let's take this out. We've got 1 bar left in there. Might be enough for the back, but definitely enough to get us back home. Tires filled back up to the full PSI. Ready to go. Head back home because it's really cold. Kind of neat, huh? Gotta love it. Amazing. Was able to inflate 2 tires. Still have a little bit left, but I would, I wouldn't top it off. I would definitely bring the USB-C connector for in case, maybe you stop at a gas station or someplace that lets you use the charger, so that you can top it off if need be, but the likelihood of getting 2 flats is just unknown. Usually you get 1 at a time. Knowing that moving forward, do make sure it's charged at 100% before you go out, and use it as an addition to. As you can see, I have my pump. I have my CO2 cartridges. Sometimes when you're using CO2 cartridges, they don't work. Sometimes when you're using a pump, it takes forever. And you also have that little attachment. I'll leave a link to everything in the description that you could use when you're at the gas station. So sometimes, you just can't put the air pump at the gas station on your bicycle, or maybe the air is not free and you don't have quarters. That happens too. Actually, I don't have any quarters on my bicycle, so even if I went to a gas station, I couldn't use it. So this would be an addition to everything else, but this would definitely take priority over everything, because it only took about 2 minutes to blow up the tire at 60 psi's, which is great. But depending on the psi's is also going to determine the battery life. So 60 is for me. If you're at 50, you might get 4 tire pumps out of it, right? If you're at 40, you might get 5. It varies, because depending on the longer it's being used to pump up the tire, the more battery power is consumed. But knowing that and moving forward, 60 is enough to get you to wherever you need to be, definitely. And then you could, maybe find those quarters or get a CO2 cartridge to top it off. But you won't need to if you have this. If this is topped off at 100% before you go, you will be good to go there and back. And that's pretty much it. This is definitely going to stay on my cycling gear with me, whether on my jacket, or on the bicycle. I just have to make room and finagle it to make it work out just right for me. And that's pretty much it. I hope that this video helped you. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.